Optional fields in Sage 300 let you customize your accounting system by adding an unlimited number of fields to Sage 300 records and transactions. Optional fields are a great idea, but in practice, users face several challenges that limit their effectiveness. For example, when you create a new optional field, such as for customer records, you can't specify a default optional field value for existing records, and this makes it hard to add a new required field to records in an existing database. It's hard to remove an existing optional field from Sage 300 correctly. Users don't see optional fields when and where they want them. They have to navigate to a different screen, tab, or pop-up to see them. Searching or sorting records by an optional field is typically not supported. And users can't use optional fields to alter program behavior. Let's see how TaiRox software addresses these issues. We'll start with adding and deleting optional fields with the Optional Field Manager. The Optional Field Manager is a standalone utility that logs in directly to the Sage 300 SQL database. It provides two main features. It deletes old optional fields from all records in the Sage 300 database, and it includes an option to retain the optional field definition in Common Services. It lets you set default optional field values while preserving all existing values. This means that you can add a required optional field and seed all existing records with a default value, such as a default no value for a yes/no optional field. Deleting is fast. Just click Delete Optional Fields. Select the field. I'll delete Prospect because I'm adding new prospects in TaiRox CRM now instead of in AR. Decide whether to delete the definition from Common Services. I'll remove it. And click the Delete button. Adding optional field values to an optional field is just as easy. First, add the field in Common Services and use Application Setup to add it to the application records. For this example, we have a new field, Rec PO Num, requires PO number on orders and shipments. Then select the optional field that you want to populate in the Optional Field Manager. Select a default value, in this case no. Then add the field and default field value to all three customer record tables. When I click the Process button, the program sets all existing AR customer, national account, and customer group records to no, unless the record already has a value. The Optional Field Manager also lets you change the name of an existing optional field, so you can correct spelling errors or make the field name clearer. Let's move on. I want to show you how optional fields appear in TaiRox CRM and Collections, and how they appear in Sage 300 if you use TaiRox productivity tools. I'll open TaiRox CRM and Collections and open the Companies window. First, you can see optional fields right in the grid. UPS zone and SIC code are both optional fields, and you can scroll to see other optional fields. The optional fields also appear in the Order By drop-down list, so you can use them to order records on the screen. For example, I'll select SIC code to sort companies by the industry code in the grid. You can also choose Advanced Search to find and select records by optional field values. For example, I can list all customers that are in the red UPS zone. TaiRox CRM and Collections provides this optional field support for contacts, opportunities, documents, communications, and cases. Let's look now at how TaiRox Productivity Tools enhances optional fields in core Sage 300 functions. TaiRox Productivity Tools adds hundreds of features to Sage 300, some of which make optional fields more visible. For example, Productivity Tools lets you update hundreds of orders in a single process by specifying ranges of order record fields and order optional fields. Productivity Tools also displays customer and vendor optional fields on enhanced order entry, shipment entry, PO entry, and PO receipt entry screens. So you can see the optional field information when you enter new orders. Note that these are customer and vendor optional fields, not order, shipment, PO, or PO receipt header and detail optional fields. You can see here on the order screen that this customer requires a PO number on all orders and shipments. I'll click the Post button for this order, and you can see that Productivity Tools uses the Requires PO Number optional field to force you to include a PO number on customer orders. That concludes a quick look at optional fields in TaiRox software products. Please visit the TaiRox website for more detailed information about TaiRox Optional Field Manager, TaiRox CRM and Collections, and TaiRox Productivity Tools for Sage 300, and other TaiRox products.